Nanda Gopakumara Govinda Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we will be reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, entitled The Status Quo, Chapter 25. We'll read from text 36 through 40. So text 36, if someone can read, please.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Share
So,
the-
can you share the screen? Or Chanda Mataji maybe? Hari Bol. Suma Mataji or Chanda Mataji? Are
Hare
you there?
Krishna. I'm sorry, Mataji.
Yeah.
Mataji, yes, Mataji, I'll just
Yeah, please.
takes time, Mataji, but then Hare Krishna.
Yeah, till the time Vasudha Mataji, please read. Or Anusuya Mataji. You may read, Mataji.
I'll read Mataji.
Yeah, please.
Share darshaniya vaya vairudhara vilasa hase shitavama suktai rutatmano hrita pranamscha bhaktir anichato me gatimanvim prayunte.
Thank you. Translation, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Upon seeing the charming forms of the Lord, smiling and attractive, and hearing his very pleasing words, the pure devotee almost loses all other consciousness. His senses are freed from all other engagements, and he becomes absorbed in devotional service. Thus, in spite of his unwillingness, he attains liberation without separate endeavor. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Text 37, please.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, you can read. You can. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Pranams to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Ato vibhutim mama maya vinastam ashvanyam ashtangam anupravritam shriyam bhagavatim vasprihayanti bhadram parasya mete anuswate tu loke. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. You can read the translation. Hare
Krishna Mataji. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thus, because he is completely absorbed in thought of me, the devotee does not desire even the highest benediction attainable in the upper planetary systems, including Satyaloka. He does not desire the 8 material perfections obtained from mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be elevated to the kingdom of God. Yet, even without desiring them, the devotee enjoys, even in this life, all the offered benedictions. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 38, please.
Prashanti Mataji, you can read the shloka, Mataji.
Mataji, I don't have the book right now, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji, I'll read the shloka. Hare Krishna. न कर्हिचिन् मत्परा शान्तरूपे नाङ्क्ष्यन्ति नो मे निमिषो लेधिहेते येषामहं प्रिय आत्मसुतश्च Sakha Guru Suhrudo Daivam Ishtam. Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord continued, My dear mother, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. Neither weapons nor the change of time can destroy such opulences, because the devotees accept me as their friend, their relative, their son, preceptor, benefactor, and supreme deity. They cannot be deprived of their possessions at any time. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. The last two verses, 39 and 40, please.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Namita Mataji, you want to
Hare.
read the sloka, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. You can read the translation as well, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji. Imam lokam tathaiva vamam atmanam ubhayayinam atmanam anuyecheha ye rayaha pasavograha visrujya sarvan anyamascha mam evam vishvato mukham bhajanti ananya bhaktaya tanrityur atiparaye. Translation. Thus, the devotee who worships me, the all-pervading Lord of the universe, in unflinching devotional service, gives up all aspirations to be promoted to heavenly planets or to become happy in this world with wealth, children, cattle, home, or anything in relationship with the body. I take him to the other side of birth and death. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine. Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaura Katha Dhamadaya Nagara Grama Tarine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So this is a fantastic chapter in the third canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam entitled The Glories of Devotional Service, where Kapila Muni, the great sage Kapila, he is instructing his blessed mother Devahuti on the glories of devotional service. So here in the first verse that we read today, text 36, here Srila Prabhupada is saying that upon seeing the charming forms of the Lord, smiling and attractive, and hearing his very pleasing words, the pure devotee almost loses all other consciousness. And his senses are completely freed from all other engagements, and he becomes absorbed in pure devotional service. Thus, in spite of his unwillingness, he attains liberation without separate endeavor. There's something very special about this particular verse. Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that there are three divisions of devotees, first, second, and third class devotees. So even the third class devotees, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that they are also blessed with liberation. So it is said that even how Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that how simple it is to become engaged in devotional service. You know, just today, actually, my parents are here from Sri Mayapur Dham, and today we had gone to the store to, just get some grocery, and we brought some jackfruit today. You know, jackfruit is very dear to Lord Balaram. Lord Balabhadra loves jackfruit. So when we came back, my Prabhu, he was telling that our acharyas, they do the job of, wonderfully taking care of the jackfruit. How so? Because as soon as the jackfruit came, my father, he very expertly started peeling all the jackfruit, from that big thing, and then cutting it, taking out all the other things, just taking the fruit. And then my mother was cleaning it, removing all the seeds, and, so now all I have is from that big jackfruit, I have the final output, which very nicely I can now offer to Lord Baladev. So when my Prabhu was seeing this, my Prabhu said, this is what our acharyas do. Because Srila Prabhupada explains that the entire Vedanta sutras, the entire Vedas, is actually compared to being like the jackfruit. Why so? Because the Vedas, they have so many different things that are told which may or may not be relevant to us in our day-to-day lives. It just may not be relevant to us. But Srila Prabhupada, being the perfect acharya, what is he doing? He's taking that jackfruit nicely, washing it, cutting it, removing all the extra stuff, taking the fruit out, then taking out from the fruit, taking out the seed, and then putting it on the platter and serving it to us in the form of Srila Prabhupada's books. So this is how we see that how simple Srila Prabhupada has made Krishna consciousness for us. In fact, our Guru Vargas, they tell us that if anybody can follow the morning program that Srila Prabhupada has given, then they are following all aspects of devotional service, is encompassed within the morning program that Srila Prabhupada has given to us. Getting up in the Brahma Muhurta, chanting our japa, attending Mangalarti, after Mangalarti chanting our japa, then at 7 a.m., greeting the Lord, looking at the beauty of the Lord. That is exactly what this verse is talking about. Ter darshaniya avareir, that when we are taking darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, when we are seeing the smiling and the attractive, features of the Lord, our hearts become attracted, our hearts become captivated by the beauty of the Lord. And what happens? The pure devotee almost loses consciousness when we see the beautiful form of the Lord. So Srila Prabhupada, he has taught us when we chant the Govindam Adi Purusham prayers, Venum Konanta Maravinda Dalaya Taksham, Barahavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam, Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan. So beautiful. Srila Prabhupada has given in this at 7 a.m. when we greet the deities, we are chanting these verses from the Brahma Samhita and we are greeting the Lord. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti. This way, when we are actually, how Srila Prabhupada has given us such beautiful tenets of Krishna consciousness. After greeting the Lord, then we do Guru Puja. We do Guru Puja for Srila Prabhupada. We do Guru Puja for our Guru Vargas. And then we listen to Shrimad Bhagavatam. Because when we are listening to Shrimad Bhagavatam, we get the eyes by which we can not only just see the Lord, but even our ears become equipped to hear about the glories of the Lord. And thus, it helps us in seeing the Lord properly also. Shrimad Bhagavatam is the eyes with which we can actually see the Lord, is the ears with which we can actually see the Lord. And this is the glory of Srila Prabhupada, how he has encompassed all the tenets of devotional service just in the morning program. Anyone who can just follow the morning program, they are perfect in their spiritual endeavors. They become perfect in their spiritual endeavors. And Srila Prabhupada has concluded this first verse that we read today, text 36. He has concluded it by quoting the word from the verse, which is vilasa. Vilasa, Srila Prabhupada says, he translated the word vilasa into the activities or the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. Activities and pastimes. You know, Srila Prabhupada, in one of the lectures I was listening a couple of days ago, Srila Prabhupada says, Urukrama Vikramanye, that the activities and the pastimes of Urukrama, they are, you know, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are so amazing. They are so, you know, it is just so out of this world that they can actually defy the laws of gravitation. That is how wonderful the Supreme Lord's activities and pastimes are. So, you know, here Srila Prabhupada says that it is described, or it is also prescribed, duty to visit the temple and to take darshan of the deity who is very nicely decorated. Why? Why should we visit and see the Lord and greet the Lord in the temple? Because it is giving us an opportunity to glorify the Supreme Lord. It's very, very important. You know, just the thing that I was saying a little while ago about how beautifully Srila Prabhupada has used these two verses from the Brahma Samhita to greet the Lord every day in the morning at 7 a.m. Very, very important verses from the Brahma Samhita Srila Prabhupada selected. The first one we sing is Venam Kvanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham. Why do we sing that verse? Why did Srila Prabhupada select Venam Kvanantam? Because Venam Kvanantam, it is actually describing what Krishna is doing in the spiritual world. Krishna is always with his flute. Venam Kvanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Barahavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam. And why? Every limb of Krishna's body is like Ambuddha, is like a lotus flower. It's so beautiful. Ambuddha Sundarangam. Every limb is like the lotus flower. So beautiful, like the lotus flower. So in this way, this first verse is actually glorifying the beauty of Krishna. That's why we sing, Srila Prabhupada chose this verse, which we sing in the morning. And then the next verse we sing is the fourth one, which is Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. Which means that how Krishna, each and every one of his senses are interchangeable. How does Krishna interact with us? This is the verse that Srila Prabhupada chose. How does Krishna choose to interact with us? Because when we are looking at Krishna, Krishna is also looking at us. He is also seeing us. Oh, who has come? Who has not come to see me? How have you come to see me? With what mood have you come to see me? Are you coming to see me to glorify me, or to take out a list from your back pocket and show me your demand list by saying, oh, yasham dehi, dhanam dehi, rupam dehi, give me this, give me that. Oh Lord, I want this, I want that. Are we putting our demand list in front of the Lord? Or what are we, in what mood are we coming in front of the Lord? That Krishna is seeing. So not only are we seeing the Lord, but the Lord is also seeing us. And the Lord is not only just seeing how we are coming, but with what mood we are coming. That is the beauty of Krishna. And then Srila Prabhupada says that it's not just important to only see the Lord, but it's also very important vilasa. Where is the vilasa, the activities and the pastimes of the Supreme Lord? Where is it described? It is described in the revealed scriptures like the Shrimad Bhagavatam, Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and similar other literature Srila Prabhupada mentions. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying, even if we are third-class devotees, my personal realization is that we are not even in the category, at least me, I'm not even in the category of even a third-class devotee. But the only hope for devotees like us is that at least if we can show some sincerity, our endeavor in listening to Shrimad Bhagavatam, reading Shrimad Bhagavatam every day, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, if we do that, and then if we are able to remain absorbed in the vilasa, in the pastimes and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how? By the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada concludes this purport by saying, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu recommended 5 important processes in the discharge of devotional service. The first and foremost is the chanting of the holy names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Second is to associate with devotees and serve them as much as possible with sincerity and humility. That's the second one. Third is to listen to Shrimad Bhagavatam. That is the third aspect. Fourth is to see the decorated temple and the deity of the Supreme Lord. If we can take proper darshan of the temple and the deity of the Lord. And fifth is to reside in a place like Vrindavan or Mathura. All of us are definitely not fortunate enough to, reside in the holy dhams. It's not possible. It's not, we have our responsibilities, we have our families. We can go to the holy dhams like Vrindavan and Mathura or Mayapur maybe once a while, but we don't have the good fortune of living there all the time. But the beauty of our Guru Vargas is that they have given us a very beautiful process, a simple process by which we can actually live in the holy dham every moment of our lives. How? His Grace Janani Vas Prabhu, who is the head pujari of Sri Mayapur Dham, he actually had personally told us, he said that Mayapur is a state of consciousness, he said. It's not limited. The holy dhams are not limited to the geographical locations like Mathura, Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, Mayapur. They are not that, they are in Delhi, near Delhi. Oh, that's in, it's in Jagannath Puri in Orissa. Or this is in West Bengal. Mayapur is there in West Bengal near Calcutta. No. It's not limited to a geographical location. So how can we reside? Because it's a state of consciousness, Janani Vas Prabhu said. So as soon as we think of Sri Mayapur Dham, as soon as we can think of Sri Vraja Dham, we can actually be present in the holy dhams. That is the glory of being able to live in a place like Mathura or Vrindavan or Mayapur. It's just about our consciousness. In our consciousness. Where are we in our consciousness? This reminds me of a very wonderful joke. Okay, it's a cute little joke. One time there was a new bhakta who joined the temple. Okay, when he joined the temple, he was, the temple commander would be very strict that, Bhakta Joe, you must attend Bhagavatam class every day. You must attend the morning program, Mangal Arti, Darshan Arati, Bhagavatam class. Every day you have to be here. So Bhakta Joe would come every single day to attend the morning program. He would not miss. And then one day, finally, the temple commander, he would take attendance of who is there at the Bhagavatam class, who is not there. And he saw that Bhakta Joe is not there one fine day. He's not there in the Bhagavatam class. Where is Bhakta Joe? Where is Bhakta Joe? So then the temple commander went out into the temple grounds and he started shouting, Bhakta Joe, where are you? Bhakta Joe, where are you? And he saw, after a little while, when he came to the grounds, he saw that Bhakta Joe was nicely lying down like this. Where? On a big stack of hay. He was lying down like this. A nice sun had come, and in the morning sun, he was nicely basking. And he was almost like, closing his eyes, and he was just nicely relaxing on the stack of hay. And the temple commander got very angry. What is this, Bhakta Joe? You are missing Bhagavatam class and you are sitting here on the stack of hay. What is this? This is not fair. So Bhakta Joe came down and said, Prabhu, I am so sorry actually. It is so nice and the sun is so nice and warm. So, I thought that it would be better if I sit here and think about the Bhagavatam class rather than sitting in the Bhagavatam class and thinking about the hay. That's why I chose to stay here. And I thought that in my consciousness, I will think about the Bhagavatam class. So then the temple commander said, yes, Bhakta Joe, that's okay. But we are not in that stage yet. Now you have to come to Bhagavatam class also so that you can actually be physically present in the Bhagavatam class. So again, jokes apart, this is the main thing, that where are we in our consciousness? Are we right now, are we listening to Shrimad Bhagavatam? Is our physical body just present here? Where is our mind right now? That is the question that we must all ask ourselves. That where are we right now? Are we trying to think, oh, what am I going to do after this? I have my whole day. I might be thinking, oh, it's almost 11:40 p.m. for me in the night over here. Oh, what am I going to do after this? Or, how am I going to spend tomorrow? What am I going to do? So if this is what our consciousness is, this is the effect, that will be the effect we will get. It's as simple as that. Srila Prabhupada said, if our consciousness is always, oh, I have 10 rounds I have completed, I have 6 more rounds to go. If we are thinking like this, then what will happen? What will be the result of such japa? Srila Prabhupada said, we will just complete our rounds. That's all. Do we want to complete our rounds every day? Would that just be the objective of our lives? No. Our objective of our lives is to develop a loving relationship with Krishna. To be able to spend, that 2 hours, that is our appointment time that our Guru Maharaj has set up, that this is your appointment time to meet the Supreme Lord and his associate, Srimati Radharani. That is our time with the divine couple. Are we in that consciousness when we are chanting? Are we begging the Lord that, my dear Lord, I am frustrated with this material world. I am just drowning in this ocean of misery. Please pick me up and engage me in your devotional service. Are we saying this when we are chanting? Or are we just thinking, oh, I have got 2 more rounds to go, 2 more rounds, 2 more rounds to finish. Then we'll just complete our rounds. So, very, very important that the reason why Srila Prabhupada, he named our society the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's not Krishna activities. By activities, we can do anything we can do. But in our consciousness, what are we actually doing? Where are we in our consciousness? That is the question that we must all ask ourselves every moment of our lives. And if we can do that, that every moment, if we are able to bring our consciousness to the lotus feet of Krishna, then we can be on the path of pure devotional service that is described here by Kapila Muni, what he is describing here. That every moment we are choosing to bring our mind back to Krishna. Savai mana Krishnara padara vindayor. That we are choosing to engage our consciousness and to the lotus feet of Krishna. And that brings us to the next verse, which is text 37. Here Kapila Muni is saying that because he is completely absorbed in thought of me, the devotee does not desire even the highest benediction obtainable in the upper planetary systems, including Satya Loka. He does not desire the eightfold perfections obtained in mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be even elevated to the kingdom of God. They are not interested. Pure devotees are not even interested in neither in liberation nor in even going back home, back to Godhead. This is sometimes, a very mind-boggling thing for devotees, especially for all of us in the beginning stages. We may think that, well, the ultimate goal of life is actually to go back home, back to Godhead. And here, what is happening? Why are we saying that no, we are not interested to go back home, back to Godhead? Is that really what is the ultimate destination for a devotee? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he also writes in all of his bhajans, in all of his songs, in all of his writings, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bottom line has always been that for a devotee, liberation actually stands with folded hands in front of a pure devotee of the Lord and says, my dear pure devotee, please engage me in your service. And the pure devotee runs away from liberation. This is what Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written. That a pure devotee actually runs away from liberation, doesn't want liberation, because why? The pure devotee is actually wanting to be able to become an instrument in the hands of their spiritual master. And what is the mood of the spiritual master? The spiritual master's mood is that every conditioned living entity in this world should return back home, back to Godhead. It doesn't matter where they can be. Like Prahlad Maharaj prayed, let everyone go back home, back to Godhead. I don't mind. Let everybody go. I will stay back. I don't mind even going to hell and suffer the punishment of every person. Let everyone become liberated. I'll stay back over here. Or I'll even go to hell, no problem. That is the mentality. That is the consciousness of a pure devotee. Because a pure devotee, whether they are in a hellish condition of life, whether they are in the mundane world, whether they are in the association of devotees, wherever they may be, their only one condition is that in every situation of their life, they just should be able to have Krishna Smriti, Krishna Smaranam. That's all they want. That devotees just always want to be remembering Krishna at every situation of their lives. And when they want to be in that situation of life, then every situation, even a so-called hellish planet, can become Vaikuntha. You see, in the lower planetary systems, Yamaraj is there. And Yamaraj is one of the Mahajans. He is one of our Mahajans. In fact, it is said that when Jagai and Madhai, when they were, Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur were instructed by Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Shuno shuno Nityananda, shuno Haridas, Sarvatra amar agga, koroho prakash, proti ঘরে ঘরে গিয়া করো এই ভিক্ষা, বলো কৃষ্ণ ভজ কৃষ্ণ, করো কৃষ্ণ শিক্ষা. Which means Mahaprabhu called Nityananda, Haridas, come here, my dear Nitai and Haridas. Please go to every home, knock on their door and beg them that please chant Hare Krishna. Go and do this. Please go and do this. This is my instruction to both of you. This is the desire of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And following this instruction of Mahaprabhu, Nitai and Haridas would go out every day. And one day, Nitai, the Avadhut Mahashai that he is, Nityananda Ram, he came upon these two drunkards, Jagai and Madhai. And when Jagai and Madhai, when they saw Nityananda Prabhu, they saw Haridas Thakur, they actually, they would actually chase devotees away. They would curse them. They would, throw things at them. So Haridas Thakur started running away. But Lord Nityananda, he said, no, Haridas, don't go. We have to give them Hare Krishna. Let them chant Hare Krishna once. But Haridas Thakur was so scared to come in front of them. But Nitai, Avadhut Mahashai Shri Nityananda Ram, Paramadayalu Shri Nityananda Ram, what did he do? He ran behind Jagai and Madhai and said, hey, Jagai, Madhai, come here, come, just once you say Hare Krishna. And then Jagai and Madhai said, no, we will not say Hare Krishna. And Nityananda started dancing. You said Hare Krishna, you said Hare Krishna. Like that, Nityananda Prabhu started dancing. And that further angered Jagai and Madhai. When Jagai Madhai was getting so angry, then, they said, stop telling us about Hare Krishna, stop. And then, Madhai, he just took a broken, piece of pot and he just threw it at Lord Nityananda. It hit Lord Nityananda and blood started oozing from Lord Nityananda's lotus forehead. And even in that condition, Haridas Thakur, as soon as he saw this, he ran away to inform Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu that Nitai is hurt. But Nityananda Prabhu, he was so merciful. He said, my dear Madhai, he said, mere chish koloshir kana, ta bole ki prem devona, that you hit me, Madhai, with, this broken piece of pot. But I will still want to give you the Harinam. Please come here. And seeing that, Jagai became completely surrendered. And he came and begged forgiveness from Lord Nityananda. And he said, please forgive both of us, Nityananda Prabhu, forgive us. And Madhai also, he was just overwhelmed looking at the mercy and the compassion of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And at that very moment, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu appeared on the scene, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu summoned his Sudarshan. Looking at Nityananda Prabhu bleeding in this way, Lord Gauranga, he summoned his Sudarshan, and Sudarshan came flying, and Lord Gauranga instructed Sudarshan, go and sever the head of Madhai. But Sudarshan was not ready to leave the finger of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu got so angry, he said, Sudarshan, I am telling you to go. You have never disobeyed me. How can you disobey me now? Why are you not going and killing this Madhai? Then Sudarshan, he came with folded hands in front of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Sudarshan said, my dear Gauranga Mahaprabhu, you have said, Aham Bhakta Paradhina, that I am the servant of my devotees. So look at what Lord Nityananda is doing. Lord Nityananda, he is actually telling that Madhai should not be harmed. Nityananda Prabhu is protecting Madhai. So how can I go and kill Madhai? Because you, as the Supreme Lord, have told me that I should follow your devotees. So your devotee is safeguarding Madhai. Nitai is safeguarding Madhai. How can I kill Madhai? So then Lord Nityananda, Sudarshan went back. That is the only time in the history of the creation that Sudarshan did not obey the orders of the Supreme Lord. And he went back. And then Nityananda Prabhu then came to Gauranga Mahaprabhu and said, my dear Lord, if you have to kill Madhai, then you have to kill everybody in Kali Yuga. But my Lord, this incarnation of yours, you have come not to kill the demons, but to kill the demoniac propensity, the demoniac nature, the demoniac consciousness of everyone. So kill that in Madhai. Kill the demoniac propensity in Madhai. Please deliver him. Give him Krishna Bhakti. And when Mahaprabhu heard this heartfelt plea of Nityananda Ram, at that time, Mahaprabhu picked up Madhai and said, here is some tulasi. Take this and offer it back to me. Nityananda Prabhu gave the tulasi and said, give to the hands of Lord Chaitanya. And then they both offered to Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and it is explained that the sinful activities of Jagai and Madhai were so much that the golden complexion of Gauranga Mahaprabhu for one moment turned black, because Lord Chaitanya took all the sins of Jagai and Madhai. Now, immediately, this was happening in Navadvip. What was happening in Yamaloka? In the hellish planet, what was happening? Actually, it is explained that Yamaraj and Chitragupta, especially the one who keeps accounts of all of, Yamaraj's secretary, of all the sinful activities, Chitragupta had engaged the Yamadutas in a construction of a separate hell, because the regular hellish planet would not be enough to give punishment to Jagai and Madhai. So a separate, special conditions, applied hell planet was being constructed under the direct supervision of Yamaraj for Jagai and Madhai. And when Jagai and Madhai were delivered like this by Lord Chaitanya, all their sinful reactions was gone. And this hellish planet just crumbled down, because there was no more sins that was remaining for Jagai and Madhai. And suddenly Chitragupta was going on writing. He had an entire department, working overtime to keep up with all the sins of Jagai and Madhai. And suddenly they're seeing that, all the books wiped clean. Everything gone. Chitragupta said, this is something, some glitch has happened, some error has happened. So Chitragupta came running to Yamaraj. He said, Yamaraj, what to do? See, all the sins of Jagai and Madhai are gone. The slate is wiped clean. And that hellish planet that we were constructing, special construction going on, that also came down. Nothing is happening there. What to do? Yamaraj said, really? Let me see what happened. And then Yamaraj, with his special Divya Drishti, he saw what Lord Chaitanya did in Navadvip. In one moment, Lord Chaitanya took away all the sins of Jagai and Madhai, and seeing that, just witnessing that pastime on a repeat telecast, of course, Yamaraj was watching live, he was seeing that happening, and then he just fainted in ecstasy. He just completely completely fainted in ecstasy. And, Chitragupta and the Yamadutas did not know what to do. They just did not know what to do because they have never before witnessed Yamaraj to undergo this kind of a situation. Yamaraj has never fainted before. He has even never slept before. Yamaraj is always open, he's always sitting on his throne. He's always ready to do everything. But Yamaraj has fainted. The Yamadutas and Chitragupta, they all really started panicking. Oh no, there is something wrong. This Jagai Madhai, accounts have gone really crazy. So we have to call for some external help. So Chitragupta, he speed dialed to Kailash Loka. He informed Lord Shiva and he begged Lord Shiva that, my dear Lord Shiva, your friend Yamaraj is in deep trouble. Please come. Yamaloka is in trouble. Please come and help. So immediately Lord Shiva, it is said that he left Kailash and he came to Yamaloka. When he came to Yamaloka, Chitragupta explained everything that happened. That, oh, see, we were doing this Jagai Madhai special, hell. We were doing this. My entire department fell apart. Their accounts are wiped clean. Yamaraj fainted. I don't know what is happening. What can you please explain? Then Lord Shiva said, don't worry. My dear Chitragupta, don't worry. I will revive your Yamaraj. Don't worry. And it is explained that Lord Shiva came near the ear of Sri Yamaraj and said, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. And listening to the holy names of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Yamaraj immediately came back to consciousness and they had beautiful kirtan in Yamaloka. In Yamaloka, they had wonderful kirtan. These two Mahajans, Yamaraj and Lord Shiva, both of them are Mahajanas. So they both, were chanting, and the Yamadutas were also dancing. They never heard this before, never saw, never witnessed this kind of thing. And, they were also dancing. Okay, we are also dancing. But, Yamaraj and Lord Shiva, they just did Gauranga Bhajan for so long. So this is what happens when, even in hellish planets, if pure devotees go, they still can chant Hare Krishna. Hellish planets can become the spiritual world because of the presence of a pure devotee. So this is the reason why pure devotees are not interested in liberation. They're not interested to go back home, back to Godhead, because wherever they may be, that place becomes the spiritual world. That is why it is said that a pure devotee always carries Krishna in their heart. And Krishna has himself spoken this. Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami Narada. Then, my dear Narada, I don't reside in Vaikuntha, nor do I reside in the hearts of the yogis, but wherever my pure devotees are chanting my holy names, and when they are chanting my glories, I reside there. That is where my residence is. So when we are chanting the glories of Krishna, we should know that Krishna is present there. And that place is none other than the spiritual world. So then Kapila Dev, he continues by saying that, my dear mother, devotees who receive such transcendental opulences are never bereft of them. Neither any change of time can destroy such opulences, because the devotees, they accept me as their friend, as their relative, as their son, as their preceptor, their benefactor, their supreme deity, their everything. I become everything for my devotees. They will not be deprived of this possession. You see, In a similar way, all of these things that Kapila Muni is saying, in a milder way, I would say, in a milder way, Krishna has revealed in the Bhagavad Gita also, right? He has said, Manvana bhava mad bhakto, madhyaji mam namaskuru. That you come, offer obeisances to me, talk about, my glories. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam, kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. This is how Krishna is describing in the Bhagavad Gita. And this particular verse is told by Krishna in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Neha Vikramanaso Asti. Pratyavayurna vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. That Krishna is saying that even a little advancement on the spiritual path will never be diminished. We will never lose even a little thing that we do in Krishna consciousness. That is the beauty of spiritual life. And Kapila Muni is expanding on the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. He's saying that, my dear mother, devotees who have received such transcendental opulences means what? Transcendental opulences? That to remember Krishna in all circumstances. That is the transcendental opulence. That such thing can never be destroyed. This is what Kapila Muni is describing, and Srila Prabhupada very, very, very beautifully describes in the purport that how we can develop these beautiful relationships with Krishna, as one's son, as in the rasas, in the 5 primary rasas. And again, Srila Prabhupada mentions that for us in the neophyte stages of the Krishna consciousness that we are in, that we must try to just have, the dasya, that we are the servitors of Krishna. Krishna, I am your servant. Dasosmi. Krishna, I am your servant. I am your kinkari. I am your sold out servant. Please tell me what I should do, what I should not do. That is how we develop our relationship with Krishna. So Kapila Muni concludes that anyone who has such loving devotion to Krishna, Kapila Muni is assuring that I take that person to the other side of birth and death. Such a beautiful conclusion, that he's saying that they will cross beyond the ocean of birth and death. In this regard, it is said that Bhagavad Gita, anyone who studies the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita is like the boat, which can carry us across the material ocean. It is like the boat. Yeah. Shrimad Bhagavatam is actually described to be the bridge that can connect the material and the spiritual world. If we study the Shrimad Bhagavatam properly, then the ocean of material existence, we can build a bridge across it to go directly to the spiritual world. That is the effect of studying the Shrimad Bhagavatam. But what is the effect of studying Chaitanya Charitamrita? It is said that anyone who studies Chaitanya Charitamrita, the glories of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the pastimes, the vilasa of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, it is said that the entire material ocean will dry up and it will become a desert, and we can just dance our way across this desert and go to the spiritual world. That is the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, that this material ocean can dry up and we can just walk our way to the spiritual world. Not just walk, we can dance our way to the spiritual world. That is the glory of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So with this, we will conclude here today. If there's any questions, comments, realizations, or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for that wonderful class. So many realizations. I especially like the place where you said we have to realize what consciousness we are in, though we are hearing Bhagavatam, which I felt was very true, because present, physically we are there, mentally we are most of the times absent. So we need to keep checking on us. Thank you so much, Mataji. Suma Mataji has raised her hand, Mataji. Yes, Mataji,
Sure.
you can ask.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, first of all, my pranams to you, Mataji. And I really want to thank and very much grateful to you, Mataji, because Lord has empowered you so much, and that we get the connection little bit whenever we attend your class, Mataji, to Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. And still, I just have a doubt, Mataji, like how you feel, you stay so humble, and I mean, I really don't know how to express, Mataji. Whatever little service in devotion we do, we get puffed up with so much of pride and the doership, Mataji, that keeps coming. So how can we get rid of that, Mataji? That pride without our knowledge. Somehow we think that, oh, I'm doing it. So how can we come out of that, Mataji? It's really disturbing. Hare Krishna.
Very, very nice, Suma Mataji. Very nice question. You see, this pride is a very, very powerful entity that binds us to this material world. It's one of the most powerful shackles that binds us to the material world. Pride is that. And it is actually a samskara, that has been, it's been with us from time immemorial, it's always, it's there inculcated in us, and it's very difficult to overcome that. But in the spiritual world, we need to understand, in spiritual world, in our, pure forms, we don't have this pride, actually. There's no pride in the spiritual world. The gopis, the Vrajavadhus of Vrajadham, they don't have anything called as pride. That word does not even exist in their dictionary. It's not there in their vocabulary. So how, in practical terms, how do we start, cultivating that in our day-to-day life? It does not come overnight. First of all, we need to accept that it's not something that, oh, okay, today I made the understanding. I got the understanding right now that yes, pride is not good. So from right this moment, I will not be pride. I'll not have any pride in me. I'll not be proud anymore. But what happens is that we have to choose every moment to not become proud. We have to choose that consciously. First is to accept the fact that we become proud. As soon as we accept that, then it'll become very easy for us to identify, okay, yes, this is the place that I'm becoming proud. This is the place that I'm not being proud. Or yes, this way I'm reacting, I know that I am being proud. So as soon as we start identifying it, we have, done 60% of the work. As soon as we identify it. Now, once we identify it, then how to tackle it? It's very simple. You say that, Krishna, I do not have any capacity to do anything on my own. It's not in my hand at all. What can I do? I am so insignificant. But Krishna, you are the one who are doing everything. So Krishna, I know that whatever bad is there in me, whatever negative qualities is there in me is because of me. But whatever little good is there in me, I want to offer all of that to Guru and Krishna. It's because of them. So when we are saying that, okay, I have this good quality, or people are saying, oh, you speak so nicely, or you cook so nicely, or you talk so nicely, or you're so nice, you're so this, you're so that. Keep practicing in your mind. Whatever good is there in me, it's not because of me. Guru Maharaj, I offer this to you. It's because of you. As soon as we say like this, we are practicing. We are practicing. We are training our mind that it is not because of me. This is not because of me. So we are training ourselves to understand the fact that anything good does not belong to me. Any good quality that I may possess, it's not mine to call mine. It actually belongs to Guru and Krishna. Therefore, that credit that we are getting, all the appreciation that we are getting, all the niceness, the comments that we are getting, we pass it on to our spiritual master. We pass it on to Srila Prabhupada. We pass it on to Krishna. And that way we are training ourselves. So then it will become the more we keep practicing it, the more we will keep doing it over and over again. The more we practice, every time this kind of situation comes, if we can become conscious about it, that, oh yes, I'm becoming proud. Oh Krishna, this is not because of me. Krishna, it's because of you. Guru Maharaj, it's because of you. I offer it to you. Please take it. Then there is no question of pride coming and sticking with us. Then we were automatically giving all the good things to Guru and Krishna. And the bad things, the negative things, we are keeping on ourselves so that we can keep working on it. Not that, oh, we'll stay with the bad. No, we'll keep working on the bad and the negativity so that it can transform into good and all the positive things. And then that also we give to Guru and Krishna. Just like Draupadi, Mother Draupadi, she was trying to hold back. Draupadi's pastime has so many lessons that we can implement in our own lives. So many lessons that we learn through this pastime of Mother Draupadi, that, we are always trying to hold on. First, we are trying to go and take shelter from our seniors, our dependents, all of them. We are trying to go and seek help. When we are not getting that kind of help, we try ourselves. Oh, I have to keep this much. This is how I can safeguard myself. This much money I have to keep. This is my emergency fund. Of course, in practical terms, we have to do that. Please don't misunderstand me when I say this, that there's no need for us to do. As grihastas, we have to do things to take care of our family. But, when we do it too much, when we are over endeavoring in our life, it is like, trying to do things, oh, I have to do this. I have to do this. This is how I have to do. I have to do this for me, for my family. We are not then doing it as a responsibility. We are not doing it as a duty, but we are just getting too much overly attached to that. Just like Mother Draupadi was trying to safeguard herself. But then as soon as she let go, she said, hey Govinda, hey Krishna. As soon as she said that, Krishna immediately came. Immediately Krishna came. And Krishna will safeguard. Krishna has promised in the Bhagavad Gita, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. That I will carry what you lack and I will preserve what you have. What do we have to fear when Krishna has made this kind of a statement? Only condition is Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. So if we can do that, then Krishna will carry whatever we lack. He will preserve whatever we have. This is Krishna. We just need to have faith that Krishna is our protector. And then all that pride, all those things will all be washed away. We just have to keep practicing and it'll come. I hope this answers.
Yes, Mataji, I really have no words to how to thank Mataji for all the wonderful guidance you give, Mataji, and the answers you give. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Mataji, if time permits, I'll ask another question, Mataji. If there are no more questions, I'll ask.
Hare Krishna, devotees, any other questions from anybody else, or shall we allow Suma Mataji to ask again? I don't see any hands, Mataji, so you can go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mataji. because I always reserve questions for Mataji whenever Mataji comes. So I just take
I have one.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody else?
Hare
Rajalakshmi
Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Raja Lakshmi
You-
Mataji.
You can ask Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, thank you so much for the Nectarian classes, Mataji. Your classes are like very, very divine, and it's like very practically we are able to implement them. Thank you so much, Mataji. Mataji, I have a doubt. Not doubt. I mean, I am in this problem. Like some days I'm able to chant very nicely, and some days you want to just complete your rounds for the sake of completing it. You don't have that ruchi that you have on the other days. How do we develop this, Mataji?
When we keep chanting and praying to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, that Sri Radhe, please give me a taste of the drop of nectar, let me taste a little bit of honey of Krishna Nam. When we pray and beg to Srimati Radharani, she will keep pouring the honey. We have to beg and she will pour, so it happened with Narad Muni also, when Narad Muni was meditating in his previous life, when he was meditating on Krishna, Krishna just appeared in his heart and he saw Krishna. And then Krishna disappeared in a moment. And then Krishna would never reappear again. And he kept, shouting, screaming, Krishna, where are you? I want to see you. I want to see you. But then he did not appear. So that increases our eagerness. Narad Muni explains this, that it increases our eagerness to experience that rasa again and again. But we have to be eager for that. Sometimes because of responsibilities, sometimes because of, some responsibilities which are there in our day-to-day lives, we tend to, do things mechanically, or just as a routine sometimes. So when we are in that consciousness, we will see, if we analyze ourselves, we'll see it. Yes, it is because of this reason that, probably we are feeling not feeling that rasa. Rather when we take time and chant, and when we are relaxed, when we chant in that way, then we experience that bliss, we experience that rasa. So let us try to see what situation helps us in trying to experience that rasa, and always be in that prayerful mood. Beg to Krishna, beg to Srimati Radharani that please give me that nectar, give me that honey.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Fantastic question, though. Thank you, Mataji.
Suma Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, in one of the shlokas today we covered, in that Krishna is saying that one takes me as a relative, as his son, as a friend and all that, Mataji. So initially when we came to Krishna consciousness, we had a kind of relationship that we, as a friend, we took Krishna to be. And after coming to Bhakti, there are a lot of rules and regulations, and of course they have to be followed. And Mataji, that intimacy that we had earlier is not there, Mataji. So, Mataji, when there are more rules and restrictions, and we feel like we have moved away from Krishna, Mataji. Sometimes we feel that, Mataji. And I just want, and we are told not to do the deity worships. And if you are doing the deity worship, you have to be regular. If you have any deity, you can give it to some other temple or something like that. So it was advised as that, Mataji, by some senior devotees. So we gave up the deities also. So now we are doing the puja only with the pictures, Mataji, photos. And so, but now my daughter is very much anxious to play with the dolls, Mataji, Radha Krishna dolls. How can I engage her in Lord's service, Mataji? Because some days she will do, some days she won't. But I want her to somehow connect with Krishna. And
yes.
Hope I did not confuse Mataji with my doubts. Hare
No,
Krishna.
not at all. This is a very, very practical question. And of course, this kind of question, it's having some kind of a personal aspect to it, I believe. So I request you, Mataji, if you can take my number from Narayani Kripamai Mataji. You can take my number from her and you can personally message me. We can talk about it. So it'll help me understand your situation better. But I can give you a broad answer for now, but I request you to kindly message me so we can talk more in detail. But however, just to give a broad understanding, Srila Prabhupada, he actually wanted devotees, devotee children. He wanted them to be trained in deity worship from the very beginning of their lives. Srila Prabhupada said from 5 to 6-year-old children, they can start training how to worship deity at home. And now, how to worship deity at home? Of course, Radha Krishna, worshipping Radha and Krishna deity has a lot of restrictions, in the sense that there are a lot of offenses that we may commit while worshipping Radha and Krishna. Because, Radha and Krishna, if they are not offered, given 6 offerings a day or 7 artis every day, then it is serious offense to Radha and Krishna worshipping deity. But there's no restrictions in worshipping Gauri Thai. There's no restrictions in worshipping Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. They are very, very merciful. They're very, very kind. And the only way to worship, they say, our Guru Vargas, they say that Gauri Thai should be worshipped in every home. Every home should have Gauri Thai deities. And the way to worship Gauri Thai is that you just sit in front of them and chant. That is the best way to worship Gauri Thai, So Srila Prabhupada always, if you read Srila Prabhupada's letters, Srila Prabhupada writes that, in fact, he says, Radha Krishna deities, Srila Prabhupada in fact says that, Radha Krishna deities, that our children should be trained in worshipping Radha and Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada gives his own example, that how his father gave him Shri Radha Govinda, small Chota Radha Govinda, who are now residing in ISKCON Calcutta temple in 3C Albert Road. Small deities of Srila Prabhupada are there, Radha Govinda ji, Chota Radha Govinda they are called. And they are there. And Srila Prabhupada used to worship them as a child. His father trained him to worship Radha and Krishna deities as a child. So, of course, there may be certain circumstances, certain, specific instructions that you may have received from any devotee who may have instructed you based on your personal situation. And that's the reason why I'm saying that I would like to speak to you personally. But in general, this is the response that I would like to give, that devotees are supposed to be trained to be worshipping Gauri Thai and Jagannath at home. There's no restriction for them. It's the culture is, the analogy that Srila Prabhupada gave is that when, of course, like you spoke about rules and regulations, right? You said that when we have too much rules and regulations, we forget to love. It's a fact. This is a fact. Because rules and regulations are like the vessel, like a patra. That is the rules and regulations. So, but if there's nothing, like when a guest comes to your home, when we are offering them something, we'll see that, okay, it's a nice glass, it's filled, maybe it is gold embroidered, or it is a silver glass, which has some gold embroidery, pearls stuck to it, diamonds stuck to it. But if that glass doesn't have water, then how much ever beautiful that glass may appear, if we are giving our guests when they come, if we give them an empty glass which looks very beautiful from the outside, what is the use? No use. Because the main thing inside the glass, which is water, is not there. The guest will not be able to quench their thirst by looking at the glass, right? No, that doesn't happen. And at the same time, when our guests come home, we don't take a hose pipe and, we hose them down. Like, come, you want water? Come, I'll give you from the pipe. And we say, okay, drink from the pipe. We don't do that also, right? We just don't throw water at them. Yeah, go drink. No. So, Srila Prabhupada explains that both is needed. We need rules and regulations, which are like the patra, like the proper glass, which is the rules and regulations. But the main ingredient in that is our love, is our bhakti. That we have to offer to Krishna. Now, some devotees say, oh, no. Bhakti, if we have, that is enough. We don't need rules and regulations. And that's also not good. That's like, because we don't know how to offer our bhakti to Krishna. We don't know that. So therefore, our acharyas give us the prescriptions in which we can, in a nice glass of rules and regulations, we can then offer our bhakti and our love to Krishna. So that is the perfect way to go about, with rules and regulations and our love. So hope that answers your question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Pranams to you. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji,
I'll
Krishnamurti
connect with
Prabhu
you,
has raised his
Mataji.
hand. Would it be okay for you to take one more question?
Sure.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Mataji, my question is, I am not well versed in Shastras and all those things. I used to hear the classes, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, all those things. But I can able to understand the gist of the Shastras. And by understanding this, I myself making myself to be practice in my regular life. So regularly I am chanting also. And then I am attending all the classes. And then I can able to know what is right and what is wrong. So other than that, I am not well versed in Shastric things. So then, is this path is right? It will take me to other side of this ocean of misery.
Absolutely yes, Prabhu. Absolutely yes.
Thank you,
You are already on the other side, Prabhu. Krishna has taken you.
Mataji, I physically or mentally I am there or not, that is secondary. You yourself established me in other side. So that's why I'm grateful to you, Mataji. I am grateful to you. Thank you, Mataji. Really, what the thing is, what I am hearing, that I am regularly practicing in life. So that is not the proud. If I felt any lapse, I feel disturbed. So today I have not done this. This is my mistake. It is to be get rectified. It must not continue forever. So this is the humbleness. So I will pray, Supreme Lord. So please don't give this lapses at my side. Please forgive me, Prabhuji. Prabhu, please. You please. I in Kannada. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸು.
ಅದೇ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಸರಿಗ ಕಾನ್ಶಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
ಸದಾ ನಿನ್ನ ಧ್ಯಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡು, ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಗಿಸು. Other than that, no prayer. So I will start my chanting. This is the process. Am I in the right path, Mataji?
Absolutely right path, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರಭು.
Oh, great. I am grateful. Thank you, Mataji. ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji. With your permission, can we end with the prayers, Mataji?
Yes. Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much,
Thank you so much.
Wonderful class, Mataji. Very nice explained.
Thank you so much,
Pranams,
Mataji.
Thank you, devotees. With all your permission, I'm ending this session. See you all tomorrow at 9:30
Thank you,
sharp.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranam.